So in July of last year, July the 4th of last year, we were at our little house in Colorado, Salida, which is about 2 miles high in the mountains. And it was July the 4th. It was a beautiful sunny day. The town was full of people. And I said to my wife, why don't I take Gabriel for a little walk downtown? So she said, yes, of course, but don't let go of his hand. So, of course, I said, of course I won't let go of his hand. And off I went. Downtown, we were strolling along. We walked along the bank of the river, which is the Arkansas River, flows right through the town. And at that time of year, it's very high, very fast, very white, very cold, very deep. Well, we were walking along the riverbank, and Gabriel was taking pictures with his Instamatic camera. And I let go of his hand, and he fell into the river. This is a 3-year-old boy who couldn't swim a stroke. But of course, I went in after him, managed to grab him, and I really don't remember much about what happened next. I was in such total shock, but I must have kept his head above the water somehow. With my other arm, I was trying to fight the current, but there was no fight in the current. It was very, very fast. It was whirling us downstream about 100 yards every few seconds and spinning us around like rag dolls. And so I was losing strength rapidly, holding my son up with one hand and trying to fight the current with the other. Things didn't look good. Luckily, this being July the 4th, there were a lot of men walking down along the riverbank, and they knew what to do in that situation. They obviously understood the river and were used to dealing with situations like that. They walked into the water right up to their necks in this freezing water, formed a kind of human chain right across the river, and just arrested our progress like a dam, a human dam, and grabbed us both and dumped us on the riverbank, where we sat shivering like seals, very wet, very cold, but alive. Gabriel was blue. He was shivering with fear and cold and shaking and crying. And he kept asking, where's my hat? Well, he hadn't been wearing a hat, but I think this was his way of dealing with the trauma that he'd just been through. Anyway, we got him home. The paramedics looked at him. It was determined there was no water in his lungs. He was okay. But let me tell you, I was not as scared of that river as I was of having to tell my wife that I let go of his hand. So she's just about forgiven me maybe now. Anyway, 18 months have gone by. I have a recurring dream about water. Water is something that can bring us together but can also keep us apart. It depends how we use it. Rather like words. Words also can bring us together, or they can drive us apart because of misunderstanding. This is called Deep Water. As wide as the sea, deep water, between you and me, tide rising, as high as can be. You're calling to me, and I hold out my hands. The words that you say, I can't understand. You're carried to sea, and I'm here on dry land. And I wait on the shore while the sun gently warms my face. I stood here before with my feet in the sand, but I ran from the water's embrace. You're lifting me now, I'm touching the sky. I'm riding the wave as blue as your eye. You're waiting for me over the deep water. I wait on the shore while the sun gently warms my face. I stood here before with my feet in the sand, but I ran from the water's embrace. You're lifting me now, I'm touching the sky. I'm riding the wave as blue as your eye. You're waiting for me over the deep